So before we get started, check out the following links in the description box below as highlighted in the image shown. So you'll be able to get our past papers, our link to our official website, link to accreditations, our link to donation page, and contact details in the description. So once you'll be watching a certain video of any lesson or of any past paper, you'll be able to get all these links, and you can be able to get to download past papers, to reach to our official website. You'll be able to see links to our accreditations so that you can see which authorities have accredited us. You'll be able to reach to our donation page as well as our contact details.
So welcome class. This is question 3 of the June 2023 paper. Question 3 of the June 2023 paper. And we'll start with the first part, which is asking a question on Mr. Joe. And the question goes like this: that Mr. Joe is undertaking a feasibility study before the implementation of a new human resource information system. Outline 5 activities he will undertake in the study. Outline 5 activities he will undertake in the study. Now, we will start by first of all asking ourselves what a feasibility study is. So Mr. Joe is undertaking a feasibility study before the implementation of a new human resource information system. Outline 5 activities he will undertake in the study. Now, a feasibility study is basically an assessment of the practicality, an assessment of the practicality of the proposed plan. Is it practical or is it not practical? So Mr. Joe is undertaking a feasibility study to see if it's practical to implement a new HRIS. So what activities will he undertake in the study? What variables will he look at in the study to see if it's actually practical or not practical? Because feasibility study is about determining the practicality of what you want to do. So is implementing a new human resource information system practical in this case? What are some of the indicators that will show that it's practical or it's not practical? Number 1, the cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis. Is it practical? That is the question. It will only be practical if the benefit outweighs the cost, not vice versa. So if the benefits outweigh the cost, it is practical. If the costs outweigh the benefit, it's not practical. So outline 5 activities you'll undertake in the study. 1, cost-benefit analysis. 2, needs assessment. Needs assessment. Do we have the need for this? Do we have the need for this human resource information system? Is there a need? If there's no need, then we are just going to buy it for nobody. That will be a white elephant. So there's no need to implement something that is not required or people are not ready to embrace. So one of the items that we will undertake in the feasibility study is to find out if people actually require it. Do they really need it? Do they know the importance? Are they ready to embrace it? Very important. Then we'll also look at the availability of the HRIS, the system in question. Is it available in the market so that we don't pass it, and then when we want to implement, want to buy it, we find out that it is not there. Before we make the decision to buy it, we must also have done our research very well and know that it is available and the cost and who the suppliers are, and if they will be available to offer us support or not. All that information needs to be done, and it will be done at this stage of feasibility study. Who will implement, who will support us, who will train us, who will, in case of any breakdown, who will come to help us, and all those information, all those questions I have not even listed there, but all that is data that is required during feasibility study. Number 4. So basically, availability of HRS, we can talk of market research. Let's just conduct a market research and understand the vendors well, the rates at which the HRS is going in the market. All that information is very important. Then possible risks. Can talk of risk assessment and mitigation framework. Risk assessment and mitigation framework. This should be done at this level of feasibility study. What are the possible risks that we are likely to encounter? And how are we going to manage or mitigate them? Very important. If by any chance we are not able to mitigate them, then it means that that may not be a project, a good viable project, if it has so many risks that cannot be countered. But if we have risks, yes, but all of them can be managed, possibly, it means that it could be a good project to go for. So we'll identify all the possible potential risks and how we'll go about mitigating them. Then we'll also look at the implementers ability. Who are the implementers? What is their capability? What are the timelines? What are the timelines of implementation? Yeah, such like stuff. Very important. Implementers ability and the timelines of implementation. And possibly we'll talk about also the entire implementation framework, where we'll be talking about the output and the outcome. To justify the need for this particular project. I mean, at feasibility study, we should be able to justify why that project is good and why we should go ahead and implement the project. So the output, the outcome, and or rather we can just say the implementation matrix in totality will also have to be looked at here. So cost-benefit analysis, need assessment, availability of the HRIS or the entire market research, risk assessment and mitigation framework, implementers ability, and even the resource. They can talk of the resource, availability of resources and budget, availability of resources. Very important. All these are points. You can pick any of them anytime. Then question B. Value chain analysis is used as a competitive tool in information management. Explain 5 merits of the framework. Wow, a very good question and challenging, quite challenging. Value chain analysis. This is a strategic, it's a competitive advantage model. Competitive advantage model by this scholar called Michael Porter, who came up with the value chain analysis, and it basically grouped activities, organizational activities, into 2: primary activities and secondary activities. Primary activities are the core activities, secondary activities are support activities. What the whole model says in short is that the support activities can be outsourced to other people who can do them better. But of course, the core activities cannot be outsourced. So what this means is that the organization should put more effort in the primary activities because they cannot be outsourced. They cannot. You have to do them. So the organization can put its best efforts in primary activities, delivering primary activities. And for the secondary activities which are not core to the organization can always be outsourced to others who possibly will now form their primary activities, and that means that they are likely to do it even better, then it means that the organization will be benefiting much, because what it can do better, it's doing. What it can't do the best way, it's giving the companies that can handle that in the best way possible. So it means everything is being done well in that organization. Now, that was by the way. Let's now go to the question. Value chain analysis is used as a competitive tool, correct? In information management, correct? Explain 5 merits of the framework. So what are the merits of this framework? The most important thing about this framework, I've told you, is about differentiating the primary activities and the secondary activities. The primary activities are core. The secondary activities are support activities which can be outsourced. So that's the bottom line about this framework. Now, what is the importance or the merits of that framework in information technology as asked by the question in information management? Number 1, we can safely say that it helps identify value-adding activities. Helps identify value-adding activities. So that after identifying value-adding activities, we stick to the primary activities which are core, which you can do better. The ones which are not core or can be outsourced, we outsource to others who can do them better. That's a very important merit of value chain. So even in information management, let's handle information that we must. There is that information that we must. There is that information that can be outsourced. It will be very dangerous for us to outsource information that is critical to the organization. So information that is critical to the organization should handle it and should not be outsourced to any other organization, unless it's ready to suffer competitive loss. Then the other merit associated with value chain analysis is improved efficiency and cost reduction. This is best, it's as good as saying efficiency and effectiveness. Effectiveness is concerned with cost reduction. Efficiency, time management. Efficiency is time management. So if we can differentiate between core and non-core and then concentrate on core, we are managing time. Again, the non-core or the activities that we are not so much perfect at, we give other we outsource to other organizations that can do them better. Then it means those organizations that are experts in doing those activities will most likely spend little resources than us. I mean, if you give an expert to make a carpenter who is an expert and another carpenter who is not really an expert in carpentry work, you don't expect the rate of effectiveness to be the same. One will have a lot of wastages, another one will have fewer or lesser wastage. The expert is likely to have very little wastage. So it also improves or enhances decision making, so that we just make decisions on the core areas where we are experts in. Chances are very high that we are going to make very informed decisions in areas of our expertise, as opposed to areas that are not of our expertise. Let's allow others also to make decisions in areas where we are less informed, so that at the very end, because they are making decisions in areas where we are less informed and they are better informed, they are likely to make better decisions, and we also likely to come up with better decisions in areas where we are well informed, and the entire organization will do well. So it enhances decision making. It supports competitive differentiation. Differentiation is a uniqueness. Yeah. Where we are likely to be unique because of the way we do our things. I mean, if we are going to concentrate on doing what we can do best, and allowing others whom we don't know to do what we can do best, to do it in the best way possible, chances are very high that we are going to come up with very quality products which are going to support our competitive advantage. And at the very end, we can also say that this information management, one of the merits of value chain analysis in information management is that it helps support or bring about creativity, enhances creativity and innovation. It enhances creativity and innovation. How does it enhance creativity and innovation? It enhances creativity and innovation because it's only the experts in their respective fields who are allowed to make decisions. So if you are an expert in this field, chances of you being creative and coming up with innovative decisions are very high compared to people who are not experts. And of course, value chain analysis also helps to align decision making exercise with the strategic goals. Aligns decision making exercise with the strategic goals. Aligns decision making exercise with the strategic goals. Aligns decision making exercise with the strategic goals because of the same reason that I've told you. Bottom line in value chain analysis is this. Once you understand this, the rest become very easy. That the management will concentrate on its area of expertise, the core business mandate. And so when you talk about information, there is information that can be let out to others, which is not so critical. But there is information that is very critical and goes to the backbone of the organization. That information should be guarded with all the might of the management. And it means that that information should not be let out. In fact, one of the key merits again is that is security of the information. Security of the information and business secrets. Maintenance of business secrets. Very crucial when we talk about value chain analysis. Security of the information and maintenance of business secrets, because you can't let out the core information of the organization to outsiders. Value chain analysis helps you to know the core primary information and the secondary information. It's only the secondary information that you can play around with other people because it's not core to the organization. But the primary information, core to the organization, you can't afford to share it with people. And so you maintain the secrets of the organization and the pertinent information of the organization well within the organization premises. Thank you. Let's meet in the next lesson.
So if you like this video, you can always enroll with us. You'll be able to access more of these revision sessions. And also you'll be able to find well done lectures or pre-recorded videos for all the KASNEB courses as well as Rchrp. And in case of anything, you can always reach us out. We have our contact details on the screen. Feel free to call, feel free to WhatsApp anytime. So thank you, and let's meet in our next session.